Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, it's like literally completely different to like what videos I always do. Today I'm going to be talking about growing up in a household where your mum was a Christian and your dad was a Muslim. A lot of Nigerians, I did not know this because I grew up in Chinkford. When I was younger especially, it used to be like literally all white people, but now, you know, as black people are, you know, taking over. No, but there's still a lot of white people. And yeah, so I literally thought I was the only black girl with a Muslim father. I know they never really educate people in that, especially around here, until I went to college and I met loads of like Nigerian girls, loads of Congolese girls with like Muslim fathers and Christian mums. And I was really fascinated. I was like, rah, like, it was rare. It's rare in Chinkford, but when I go to a different borough, it's like, boom. Because I went to Sir George Monarch's college. Absolute trash college. Ridiculous. Girls go there for fashion. A social club. And man, them just go there to do AC, to find new victims for fraud. But yeah, so obviously, when I was younger, my brother probably has more memory of this, but I mean, when I was younger, I wasn't really aware that my dad was like a Muslim and my mum was. I knew my mum was Christian because we always like she always used to I can't speak. She always used to force us to go to church and that, so I knew she was a Christian, but I didn't really know my dad was a Muslim. I mean, when I was younger, my dad just never came to church, and I thought. I mean, my mum and dad are divorced now, but before I know they had problems for as long as I can remember, so I literally just thought he didn't come to church because he just didn't want to, like, sit with my mum and that, because they would just argue all the time. But yeah, I didn't really know it was because he was Muslim. Yeah, so, I mean, growing up with a Christian mother, I feel like she was much more strict on the whole religion thing, like, we had to go to church all the time, every Sunday. She always used to force us to stand up. And I mean, my mum said when I was younger, I used to absolutely love church. Like, I used to sing to all the songs. I used to stand up and dance and clap. And she was like, I don't know what happened to you, but you just don't. I've probably been to church like 3 times this year. I know it's bad. But you know what it is? It started off with, I kind of went on and off of church. And then I had a job. And my job was Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday. I quit my job for 2 months. I just went out constantly. Got another job. My job was Saturday and Sunday, so my Sundays are always occupied. But now I'm looking for another job right now, and hopefully it can be weekdays. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, when I was younger, I used to absolutely adore church, love it. Sunday school, love it. But as I grew up, like, I think from like the age of 10 upwards, I just started to low-key hate it. No, not 10, probably like 11. I hated going to Sunday school. I just hated it. I didn't like to interact with everyone. I just didn't see the purpose, and I don't know why. Something literally just changed in me, and I was just like, no, I can't be bothered for this. And yeah, my dad, he's like, I feel like when we were younger as well, like, he used to do the whole fasting thing. I'm not sure if he does it now, because I haven't seen him in a while, but he used to like fast and all of that. So from that, I kind of understood, alright, he's actually Muslim. I mean, I don't eat pork, but that's not because of my dad's choices, and I just don't eat pork because it's just nasty and really fattening. But yeah, so my dad's brother, I feel like he's more strict when it comes to the whole Muslim thing than my dad. My dad, he never forced me to like wear hijab or go to mosque, or, you know, to like wear, which I completely forgot what it's called, but wear the gown thingy mabob. Sorry if that's, but yeah, I forgot what it's called. But yeah, he never forced me to do all of that. He was just like, but I feel like it's because my mum was not the dominant one, but I feel like because my mum and dad were like on such rocky bad terms, like none of us really had like a very close relationship with my dad anyway. So it's a thing where we were all close to my mum, we wouldn't listen to my mum, my dad, and even if my dad told me to do something, I'll go to my mum and be like, mum, dad said this. My mum would back me, and then I'd get my own way. But when it comes to church and that, it's like my mum's more of the powerful one in that whole religion thing, so we literally just do as she says. as I got older, I just felt like I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Christian, I'm just nothing, an atheist, I think. Because I was just like, yo, I don't believe in anything. And I thought because, like, as I was younger, I kind of understood more about the whole Muslim and Christian thing. But I felt like my mum was kind of forcing us. And me personally, I don't like being forced to do something. I think if I was younger and I still liked going to church, then I wouldn't mind it. But it's just the fact that as I was getting older, like, let's say like 10, 11, she used to kind of force us to go to church rather than being like, yo, okay, maybe not 11, alright, maybe probably like 12 or 13, probably my early teens. She just kind of forced us, and at that point I was like, yo, I don't want to go, like, you're forcing me to do something, you're forcing me to believe in something that I don't even know is real myself. And I think the thing that really kind of changed my whole mind about it is that I had an operation in 2015, and I was ill. Like, my health just went downhill. But ever since I was like 9, I've been having pains, aches, pains, stomach problems. I've been having stomach problems for as long as I can remember. But then I had the operation, then I was in and out of hospital for the rest of the year. Then I went hospital last year. Like, last year was the last time I went hospital, which I'm really happy about. And last time I go hospital, it has to be when I'm giving birth to a baby. But yeah, so I think that kind of definitely, because before I was kind of like, okay, maybe God is real, I'm not sure. But I think going to hospital, me praying, and then I'll pray, and then what, the next day I'll be in hospital. So I was like, God ain't real, like, the hell. And I know people are like, yeah, prayers take time to, you know, work. But I was praying, and nothing just, it's like so like, But yeah, I was constantly praying, nothing works for me, nothing happened. And I was in hospital from, when does summer holiday start? July? June? Probably for either June or July, all the way till September, October. And then I kept having like scans, and then the full year after that I was in hospital. Like, so yeah, so from 2015 till this year, I've been, actually, no, for about a year I was just in and out of hospital. And they never found a problem to why I just had stomach, like, they never found a solution as to why I had stomach problems. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, so I think from all of that, I literally just like, F it, he's not real, it's a myth, people just make it up, there's no such thing as heaven and hell. Like, even if there is such thing, I doubt I'd be going to heaven. And I know I shouldn't say things like that because that's really, really bad. But I was like, okay, I don't believe in God, so, I mean, if you believe in God, you should really be going to heaven. And I don't believe in God, so even if there is a heaven or hell, then I just have to accept it. But, yeah, and from then I was just like, nah, I can't be bothered with this whole thing, like, but then on my dad's side, my dad's brother, he's more like the strict one. Like, his children, they all wear hijabs, and I remember my mum telling me that my dad's brother asked her why I don't wear a hijab, and she was like, she's not forcing it. And my dad was like, he doesn't want to force it on me, which I think is a good thing. Especially, I feel like, personally for me, if I was to ever marry a boy who was like a Muslim and I was a Christian, I mean, maybe in like 5 years time, who knows, I would like, obviously, as my children are young, obviously come with mummy to church, blah blah, be cute. But as they get older, to the point where they're understanding, probably like 10, I'll be like, yo, I'll like sit them down and like talk about both, like, so my husband can talk about his religion, I can talk about mine, and then we can come to a decision, like, whether my child wants to, you know, like, learn about Christianity or learn about like Islam and that. Like, I wouldn't mind that. I think that's better than like just kind of forcing your child to go to church all the time. I mean, some children literally, some people love church, some people are forced from a young age and still love church. But I feel like sometimes when it comes to me, especially as I'm very indecisive and that, I just think that personally for me, I would probably just sit my kids down and be like, yo, look, boom. But if my husband's a Christian and I'm like, whatever, then I don't know, like, I guess I'll try to go to church. Like, if my husband was a Christian, I'll go to church, innit, for him. Like, I'll be like, alright, cool, like, boom. I'll try, but I mean, if I'm not interested, then I'll be like, kids, do your thing. Like, I'm not gonna force it. I don't want to force anything on you. But yeah, my dad's brother's like more strict, and like I remember I went in his house. Obviously, me, I'm a Niger girl, so I was eating some pounded yam. I'm left-handed. Like, being African and left-handed is just a big no. Like, literally, whenever my friends, like, if I just meet someone and they're like, I'm like, oh, I'm left-handed, by the way. They're like, wait, huh? How did you survive being left-handed? I'm left-handed. My brother was left-handed, but he was never really forced. He just kind of switched. But I think my dad slightly forced him to use his right hand, but he's unpredictable. Is that even the right word? I don't even know. But yeah. But for me, I was just like, girl, I'm left-handed, I'm gonna stick to it. I think I'm like the only left-handed one in my family, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's how you can tell I'm spoiled, because I didn't get forced to like switch or nothing. So yeah, I'm at my uncle's house now, eating pounded jam with my left hand, with fake nails. My uncle comes in the room, he's like, you're using your left hand? I'm like, yeah, I'm left-handed. He's like, yeah, I'm not meant to do that. He was like, your left hand is dirty, like, it's meant to be used for, like, you know, cleaning and wiping your bum, all this, and your right hand's your pure hand. In my head, I was like, can you just leave me? Like, I want to eat my pounded jam. And then he was like, you got fake nails on? I'm like, yeah. Then he was like, in the Quran it says, I mean, you shouldn't wear anything that's artificial or something. It's because it's not your real nails and all this. And I'm just like, it's a bit awkward. He was just giving me a lecture, and I was just like, yo, okay, this is a bit too strict for me. So, I mean, from that point, I kind of had an insight into, like, the whole, like, Quran thing, and I was just like, yo, I'm left-handed, that don't work. Got fake nails, that won't work. But when you're a Christian, you can kind of do both. Or can you? I'm not sure. But yeah, I just think, I mean, growing up in a Muslim household, no, not Muslim, growing up in a Christian household, I mean, now, no one goes to church in my house, I'm not gonna lie. My mum does. My older brother does. My first oldest brother does. Second, no. Third, hell no. Fourth, what is church? So yeah, I think it's just because we got forced, and I remember talking to my brothers and they were just kind of like, yo, we don't want to be forced into doing anything. We don't want to, you can't force someone to do something, to like go to something that they don't believe in. So like I said, like, I just think it's fair to kind of give your children an option whether they want to go to church, or even okay, maybe not give them an option, because I guess not every child would want to wake up early in the morning on Sunday regardless, but just sit down with them and talk to them and just, you know, I don't know. That's my opinion, but guys, comment down below what you guys think, because this subject is a bit meh, but this is just my experience from growing up in a Muslim Christian household, because it is basically that, because my dad's moved out. So yeah, it's more like Christianity. But now I think now that I'm really, really old now, I'm not really, really old, but now that I'm 19, guys, my birthday was 2 weeks ago. What? December 3rd. But yeah, now that I'm 19, I feel like I wouldn't mind going back to church. I feel like now that I've actually just put my head around both religions, I just feel like going to church wouldn't be so bad after all. I'm literally here listening to I Will Run by Freddie Rodriguez. But yeah, like, I wouldn't mind it, honestly. I just need to find a bomb ass church and go. So yeah, guys, comment down below on how it is for you, what you are. I love everyone. I don't have a problem with anyone at all. All this whole stereotype of Muslims, and no, I love you all. I love you all. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will put everything down below. And sorry for the trash lighting, it is so late. It's not even late, it's like 5:43 and it's so dark outside because it's winter. So yeah, but thanks for watching, guys.